Greetings, YouTube, and as the title of this video says, fuck the BSA, the Boy Scouts of America. More than 81,000 people have come forward about having suffered sexual abuse at the hands of someone within the BSA organization. There's a deadline coming up, so people are getting their cases in there before the deadline closes. Now, I'm one of those people. I'm not getting involved in the whole case. I don't feel any need to. I don't necessarily want that. I don't think it would be good for me, and I don't want to relive those things in detail in public any more than I already do. I'd like to have control over that whole situation, and I don't want to be involved in that whole process. But I'm one of them. I'm one of the people that survived sexual abuse at the hands of a scoutmaster. It took me a long time to even be able to tell myself that. And then longer for me to say it out loud. And finally realize that I was the survivor. I was a victim. And I had nothing to do with it. It was an adult preying on a child, a 12-year-old. Now, the better wolf in me understands that that happened and I wasn't to blame, and the person is never going to come to justice, and I just have to accept that. But that bad wolf, that angry wolf, that ugly wolf, he wants blood. Rich and hot and abundant. But instead, I'm going to sit here in my chair and I'm going to tell you, fuck the BSA. Don't engage with them. Don't support them. Hell, they don't even let atheists be scoutmasters yet. And it took them a dog's age, if pardon the pun, to get around to realizing that gay people exist and they're just gay people and they should be treated with the same respect as everybody else. And they've never come clean about the sexual abuse within their midst. How they hid pedophiles for decades. They fostered an environment where pedophiles could flourish. And when it came to a breaking point, sometime after I left the troop, my troop was just quietly disbanded. For all I know, they scrubbed the number. I don't know if it's still around or not, but it wasn't in the church anymore. It's in a congregational church where I used to go to once a week. Oddly, I went to a winter fair there once. And I walked around that room and I walked into the hallway in the back, in the quiet, secluded spot. And I stood there. And I felt my ghosts. And I was there. And I was in the past. All at the same time. And I'm real glad that Mo wasn't there in that moment. Then I walked out, and I left it behind me. But I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgiven. And I still hold the BSA responsible for what happened, because they allowed things to foster, fester, exist. They hid things, they moved people around, they whispered in the dark. They did everything they could do except protect the boys. Come forward and process this thing legally, the way they should have from day one. So yeah. Fuck the BSA.